A classic. If for some reason you're not familiar with what this is referring to, you don't need to watch this video. You've got better ways to spend your iPad time, all right? You could be playing Fortnite right now, but I'll explain it anyway. This is referring to the conspiracy theory that the United States government or Israel or the New World Order or the globalists are responsible for the Twin Towers falling on September 11th, 2001, usually theorized to be through internal detonation. This is based on the idea from the official narrative straight out of George W.'s mouth that after the planes hit the towers, the jet fuel in the planes had ignited and caused the structural steel beams within the tower to heat up, which then caused the towers to fall after the planes had already hit them. Jet fuel burns at about 1500 degrees Fahrenheit, while steel beams wouldn't melt until roughly 2700 degrees Fahrenheit, which is less for those of you keeping count at home. So how did the steel beams melt if jet fuel can't burn hot enough to melt them? What, dude? What? What the fuck, dude? Before I tell you why this isn't good evidence of anything, really, let's first establish the pattern that this conspiracy is trying to present you with. Number one, if jet fuel can't melt steel beams, then the official narrative must not be true. Number two, if the official narrative isn't true, then they must be lying about it. Number three, if they lied about it, then they must be the ones who did it. And that's the pattern. And the reason I'm calling this a pattern is because this kind of does make sense at first glance, right? It's not like these conclusions are completely nonsensical. You can see how one can lead to the other. But none of these conclusions necessarily follow one another. If we put on our logic hats for a second, let's start with the second point and circle back. If the official narrative isn't true, does that necessarily mean that the government is lying? No. They could just be wrong. The official narrative being false doesn't necessarily mean that the government is lying, but that conclusion is jumped to because it kind of seems like that could be right given the premise